gaming industry's been in a merger mania recently, with tons of studios being acquired, and here's why I think Nintendo needs to jump in and get Hal Laboratory. Now, for those who don't know, Hal Laboratory is a studio that has been working with Nintendo for a very long time. They're behind the majority of the Kirby games. They also helped develop the first two Smash Bros. Games. You know, Hal Laboratory's been a big part of Nintendo's history and a big part of Nintendo's working culture. Now, why do I think that Nintendo needs to make an offer for them? Well, as they've been working with Nintendo for a long time, and they've obviously helped develop many games such as Kirby, I feel like it's time Nintendo makes an offer to make sure they secure them long term. For those that don't know, with the gaming industry, so many studios have been acquired recently. Sony's been buying stuff up, Tencent's been buying stuff up, Microsoft's been buying stuff up. And the more studios that are bought up and taken off the market, the less partners Nintendo actually has, the less partners Nintendo can work with to actually, keep their games around and make games exclusively for Nintendo platforms. Now, you also got to factor in as well that even though Hal Laboratory seems to have a strong financial position, you've also got to look at the history of another Nintendo developer called Alpha Dream. Alpha Dream was behind the Mario and Luigi RPG series for Nintendo. Game sold fairly well. We all knew about these games. But they went bankrupt in 2019 and shut up shop. The last game was released in 2019. They didn't meet sales expectations, and then poof, they were gone. And with Hal Laboratory having such a long history with Nintendo, I feel like it would be stupid for Nintendo not to make an offer to sort of secure them long term. For those that know, they partnered with Nintendo back in, I think it was the 90s, and they've been working with them ever since. Similarly enough, Nintendo had actually bought the game developer Next Level Games quite recently. Well, I say recently, it was probably like a year or two ago. And they basically, they had worked with that developer since about 2005, I believe it was. So Nintendo has clearly been interested in securing development partners long term and making sure they have studios to work with on their exclusive games and their IP. Especially when you consider that they actually have ownership of a company within Hal Laboratory, where Hal Laboratory and Nintendo both jointly own 50% of a company called WonderStar, where WonderStar is obviously the owner of the Kirby stuff and they make the Kirby games. Now, I feel like that alone should be a huge giveaway that Nintendo should make an offer to Hal Laboratory, especially since they're also a talented team. They know how to work with IPs, they know how to work with Nintendo, and long term, it's a smart decision. Securing your second party developers into being a first party developer, first of all, bringing the teams in internally makes the costs go down, because obviously you haven't got to pay the royalties. I say royalties, you haven't got to pay like the extra premium it is to get a third party developer to do it for you. Plus, as well, obviously, you get more control over the games and the ownership of the IPs. Plus, you can make sure they go to your quality, the games that are coming out are to your quality. Now, maybe Hal Laboratory doesn't want to be acquired. Maybe Hal Laboratory has rejected offers by Nintendo in the past to be acquired. We don't know, but Nintendo wants developers who match their Nintendo DNA and who they think fit with Nintendo's ideology and Nintendo's plans. And I got to admit, Hal Laboratory is one they've been working with for a long time. It makes sense for Nintendo to obviously want to acquire them. It makes sense for Nintendo to acquire them as well to basically secure the long-term future of the Kirby franchise, because I'm pretty sure these guys were behind every major Kirby game since I think the first few. So yeah, that's what I hope happens. I hope Nintendo actually does make an offer to acquire Hal Laboratory just for the long-term viability and to keep it safe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. What do you think? Do you want to see Nintendo acquire Hal Laboratory? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you subscribe, like, share, comment notifications. I've been EC and I'm signing out. Peace.